Let's continue with the charts in Power BI. Before this, let's verify the size of the canvas. This one that we have here, all my charts, all my tables, and all these elements that created so far. And we can expand or reduce the working area. How do we do that? Like this, without selecting any element, because no element must be highlighted. If you have it selected, unselected, and click outside in some white area to unselect this, and once you have done this, go to this roller, that is the format, to the right. You already know it. And here in format, you will go to this option that it says page size. And go in here. And then here's the size by default. This 16:9 is the default size. Leave it like this, because when you are going to project it, this is the ideal size to view it better. But if you would like to work with a bigger size, then it won't leave from your working area, then you can opt by this one that it says custom. Then click here, and here you can assign a custom size. For instance, in my case, I usually assign 600 pixels from width, and also 600 of height. And then you will have more space, more room left, where you can add more elements. But again, I repeat, here this size that I give is something customized. Maybe because you are working on your computer and you want to see more elements, and then you want to add more elements. But preference is not advisable to do this. It should be on the same original standard size. That is 169, but you have here the option to expand it more if you would like to. In this same option, here in the roller, here you can go to wallpaper, and here you can opt to choose a background color, or you can put it also an image. Later we will see that. You can add an image, the background, you can add more transparency, maybe lighter, or you just want it the full color. In my case, I'm going to return to black, to white. But here you can change the background. These are the options to change the background here in the format, and that is this little roller. But remember, without selecting any element, because if you have selected one of these elements, for instance, the line charts, if you select here, where you are going to make changes is to the chart lines. No changes to the canvas. Well, having said this, let's perform other charts. Therefore, we're going to duplicate this document. So I go back to the bottom, click on the home, right button of your mouse, and duplicate. And now I have a full copy of this. So here I'm going to rename this label into map. Here we're going to see the columns chart. I'm going to select it and then Supreme, delete it. Same case for these bars charts, and delete it. Same way I select the pie chart and Supreme. I'm going to select also the line chart and Supreme. And I'm also going to select these tables to delete them, and Supreme. If these don't are not deleted with Supreme, it's quite easy. You just select it and just click on these 3 points and then remove. So with this, you are also deleting the elements. Once you have selected all of them, you have all this space left for your canvas. And here we're going to add a map. So we get back to our icons in visualization. Here we have an icon that it says map. I'm going to expand a little more. And now again, I'm going to assign a sharp size, something like this, or add something like this. So here I have my map icon. So here you see that the properties in these visualizations is asking me a location, a lane, a latitude, a longitude, size, and a toolkit. So these are the main elements for this map. Here in location, I'm going to open here my sales table, and here I'm going to pull out the information of the states' names. For instance, I'm going to search the states. Here it is. So I can put it here, but just see what happens in the location. You see all these bubbles, these blue bubbles are just the states where we have sold all, and it's composed immediately. How does Power BI knows this? Because of the name, because it verifies and fixes patterns of all this, and this does belong to a specific country. This not always will happen. Why not? Then we will have to verify these options of latitude and latitude. So if we get back to the information, the original information, if you remember this comes from Excel, maybe you will not have to add altitude or latitude. But here I have the names of the states and also the names of the country where I'm working at. But in this case, this is all United States. Power BI with its artificial intelligence is verifying that this belongs to United States. Okay, but it won't happen always. In the future, later we will see how to add latitude and latitude. So for this size, I'm going to take the sales, click on sales, and now you see when I am highlighting it, it goes to size. And now the bubbles have grown because each one represents a different amount. For instance, in here, in case Tennessee has this amount of sales, and the other one, this one are little cards for this information. Now on the legend, you can add this. If you would like to pull the same heading of state, you can also use the state code. You pull it to the legend, so this will make each bubble will look like different colors, as you may see. Here at the top is the legend, and it says the colors according to states. So that's why it's used. But you can use it also if you don't have like a state, this one that you pull it out from here in location, then this is just the same, and you have all the names of the states here. But one or other that this would be a change type text so that you can see the bubbles in different colors. In this case, latitude and latitude, I don't use it more because it's located in United States territory. But in another example, we will see this latitude and altitude. So let's get back to the roller in format. And here we're going to change some characteristics of this map. For instance, in this case, the map has the general option that has the position, the size, and so on. So I have already assigned it because I made it manually. The legend, I'm going to delete it. So these icons that are hardly seen in colors, and also they are here in the map. So I would like to have them not seen. For instance, this one, it just turns off and then turns off on. But if you would like to, you can choose and select in the legend to the left here if it does belong to leave it there, or you can put it to the right. For my example, I'm going to take it out, so I just not select the legend and put it off. Then I have also the colors, the colors for each bubble. For instance, this one of Tennessee, I'm going to click on it and then I'm going to change it into another color. If I want more options, I can click here for more colors. Here I'm going to choose this green one. Now it's going to change that in Tennessee on the US map. And I can do this with each of them. And now I get back to this option bubbles and here you see it says -10. Then I can add more the size of increase the size of this bubble, dragging this point to the right. So it's up to you. I can close here. And now I have also another option that it says map controls. And when I open it, and here there is an interesting option that it's the zoom. The zoom buttons is right now off. Now you can activate it, and here you can see to the right what we have in the right corner. There is a plus and minus. This is when you are not using a mouse, because with the mouse I can get closer and get far. Something like this. But if you don't have that, you can use this plus or minus. So for those ones that you love using a laptop, and you can use this option to have it activated. But those using mouse with the scrolling wheel, it's easier, and you can also move the map from one side to the other. Okay, so this is in map controls. We close this option, and now let's go to map styles. And here we have it here, road. If we click here, and we have many options. For instance, the first one is aerial. Here it is, as if you were looking at it from above, from the satellite. And then the next one is dark. Here it is. Next option is light. The next one is gray card. And the next one is road again. So you just can choose the style of your preference and choose it. I'm going to leave it in road. So here are the options that you can use to the map. We have more. For instance, this one, the title. Title says sales by state and state, but this is repeating, so just let's get here to delete from here to the right. I highlighted this and delete it, so I just leave sales by state. And now here I'm going to center it, and this one will be bigger. So if you don't like it, you already know that they can close the heading, the title. So it's upon your preference. So here I'm going to leave it here. Okay, so these are the main controls that you have for the map. But as long as you may see, you have lots of options that you can try one by one by one. And now click out. And what I'm going to do right now is just create a slicer. Again, I select the icon of this filter. Next to filter, select the slicer. and here it will appear. And with this, I'm going to include the names of a state. So I selected them. Here you have it. So I'm going to copy the format that you have here. So I select one of these, select the brush, and click inside. So with this, I'm copying the format for these months, these states. You can reduce it like this, but without hiding them. There it is, and just place it here. Now I click in one of them. Now it goes immediately closer, makes a zoom into the map. In some cases, you're going to find it this way. In some cases, you're going to see it immediately inside there. It's giving you the sensation that this will get zoomed quick. Sometimes it will move or display like this. For instance, if I go to New York State, and with scrolling down wheel, I can see even the streets. This map that you have here is a big map. There it is. It's very good when you have a business where you have different branches in a city. Then you can verify how is your business in each city, in each branch, within that state, within that city, within the country. Then I stop selecting New York and now get back to all the states. But sometimes it's needed that you have someone searching, because I may say I don't want to do it this way. So what I want to do is just select one of the icons of search. Here in this case, as we have these ones that are more like 36 or 37 elements, here there is no such searcher or browser. Maybe I will have to import it from the Power BI library. So here I have this option that it says get more visuals, and when I open it, then I select get more visuals. Now one window is open. Now in this window, you will show me in Power BI which are all the icons where I can add. For instance, I just go search here, verify that it says all, and here you add the name of the icon. Just remember that this will open whenever you are connected to your account. As you may see here at the top corner on the right, here is my name. If you're not connected to your account, this window will not open. So it's important to be connected with your account. So when you are looking for that, we wouldn't have it. So here, this is a search. This is the one that I need, the text filter. So which are the elements that I can insert without any issues? Are all of these with this mark, this little check in blue? So this means that these elements are trustworthy by Power BI and also authorized to use in any work inside the company. Those ones that don't have this, or maybe they don't trust because maybe thinking it can have a virus, or you might have a threat. But when you are getting to know closer to Power BI, you will notice, and since all the information that it gives you is because most of them are not dangerous, maybe you can select one of them. For instance, I have used this one. It doesn't have the brand, but I know that it's a trustworthy file. Well, let's select this one that it says text filter. I'm going to add, but now it's going to add to my list of icons. So now you see I have it already. Why? Because I have it already, and click on it. And now I'll have the icon. I'm going to reduce the size too. And here I want to know all the names of states. So here it is, the names of state. And now I'm staying more. And this is occupying too much space. And now here to locate according to the name of the state. When you have too much information of the product or the states, that right now they are not too much because they are only 10. For instance, I want to find California. Then click on enter or this search, and then immediately it's going to locate California. You see everything was moved. Okay, so to delete and get it back this to normal, I click this little icon with eraser. Now it's getting back to show me everything as it was. For instance, I went to search Oregon and then enter, and immediately it's found. Now again I delete this and ready. So it also has its own properties. If I get back to format, and here we can change the properties. They are not too much because it's just one element imported from the cloud, from the options of Power BI. So it doesn't have too much option. The title, for example, you can put it on or off, or you just can put it in the middle. And also you can assign a new color if you would like to. This is concerning to the state. Or also you can choose the background. The background could be transparent too. This is the background. And also we can apply some shadow if you would like to have it as some shadow. Maybe with an effect, a special effect here. And also we have the color. I think it's in background. If you open it here, yes, here is the color. You can click here and you have a color background. Well, here we don't have the draft, but just be careful of this. Or maybe you can put it more transparent to accurate the transparency. So here you have your little search that it wasn't here in the icons, but it was imported from the gallery of Power BI, because there are many icons that you can use. This icon appears below all these visualizations. If you would like to have it included always in your working area, you just right button of your mouse and then pin to visualization paint. Then this means that you will locate it in the visualizations window and click. Now it's up. Now this means that from now on, when you open Power BI, this icon will be by default there. But if it's below, as it was before, you're going to click OK, and now it's again outside. So this means that this icon will only be useful for this document that you are working with right now. And the next time that you will open Power BI, you will want to find it. You will need to open back again here to insert it again, to search for this and to add it to the document. So I leave it to your choice. Okay. Or maybe you just can place it within the visualizations. So you have one more element, that is the map. Let's get back to duplicate, right button of your mouse here at the bottom. And we duplicate the page. And here we're going to select another map. The map that I'm going to use right now is this one. For instance, I have one next to the map. I have this one. I have another one too. In some cases, depending on the version that you are using, you will have this shape map, and the previous one is the full map. So I'm going to use this option, sometimes we have this one and sometimes don't. It's depending on how did you install the Power BI. So what I'm going to do is use the second choice of map. So I just select it and then I'm going to change it to the second option. Okay, it changed it. Now it's looking like this. And now here you see that you have a different map, right? It's in different location. It says state, and now the size is not in size. Here you have under through. Here in legend, so if you can have it in colors, you can do this. You get back to the states or to the states code and you put it to legend. And here you can have them all in colors. It's like a map. Too, we can change the name of the map. Here we change it by Filler's map. And also we can browse in any of these with these little icons that I have here, all the options. One more thing that I can show you in the map is if I get closer to one of these areas where we sold, for instance, Nevada, it will show me the name of the states, the state code, the acronyms, and the sales. But I would like to see also the quantities. Then you click on quantities to your field to the right. And here quantities is located in tooltips. So if I get closer, I can see the quantities as you see here, right? In this way. So we can do the same for the next one. So if I get closer to one bubble, I can see the state that is twice repeated. Remember that when I typed it, if you don't want to see it this way, then you can just pull out the code to the legend and you will see that better. Then I activate the quantities, but now you will notice that it's inside tooltips, not in size, because size only allows one. But here quantity is included in tooltips. Now this is different. Here it looks different. So here you have it. Then what I'm going to do now is duplicate the document again, right button of your mouse, duplicate the page. And here what I'm going to do is use a map that is not found here. So I'm going to enter again to the gallery to look for that map. So I click on these 3 points. Is getting visualizations, and here I come over here to verify if they are all. For instance, here I'm going to type map. So the map that I need is this one, since as you may see it doesn't have the check mark. So this means that this element has been verified by Power BI. Really? But since I have used this many times and I can trust on this globe map, so I'm going to add it, and then I have included this map. Click OK, and now it's included here. So I have it both below, so you already know if you want to add it above, just click on the right button of your mouse and add it to the list of visualizations. Now I'm going to select this other map that I have here and I'm going to change it for this globe option. Here it is. And now you see we have all the states here. If I get closer, this is another map. This is a globe map. And the sales made in each of these states are considered here. It looks like some buildings in here. And when you move it, you see this way, all the states. I can zoom out also, and here they are. But also I can use these arrows to rotate, to get closer, to zoom in, zoom out. So here I have in the locations we have a state. I don't have the options of longitude or latitude. And here we have other options. I have the sales, and here I have also the quantities. I'm going to delete the quantities for a while, so just to let you see. So I have only the sales. I'm going to select the quantities again, and here it is. This is another way of map, but this globe is not within the main icons. I had to search on the gallery here with these 3-point options to get more options here. Okay, so here I have another map that you can use anytime and download it. Then you can also search more icons and to try to find out what are these icons for. As long as you go through, you'll learn more about elements. Now I duplicated this in another map, so let's change the name. We're going to rename it as globe map. And ready. So now what I'm going to do is duplicate the element, right button of your mouse. And here I'm going to create a chart, but a line chart, because I'm going to use both axes. So I'm going to delete this map. I'm going to supreme delete. Then select in the line chart, the first one here. And here I'm going to add a new name, line chart. And here I'm going to expand it. Okay, so here I'm going to prove something interesting in this chart. Here on this axis, I'm going to add the date. Here's the date. The date order is here, but I'm only will keep the months. So I take out the years, the quarters, and the days. So just leave the months. Then I'm going to select also the sales. So it goes really to values. I have the sales made according to months up to December. Then I'm going to activate the quantities. And now here you will see the difference. That is quite interesting. Why do I have this image? The quantities below and the sales above. Because these sales were higher concerning to numbers and the quantities are minor. If we go to our original database in Excel, you will see that the sales this versus quantities, they have differences. Some have more than 3 figures. Meanwhile, in quantities, we have small numbers. That's why on the chart we see them on the ground, this line at the bottom. So to have a better looking at sight, and this will be at the same level of the other ones, I need another axis. This one that it says 0.51 and 1.5 is the primary axis. I want to activate the secondary axis. Here in Power BI it's easy to do that because you go to the data below the format, below the fields here where you have the date, you have the values, sales, and the quantity. Here this quantity is, you need to pull it down here and place it here in secondary values. And there it is. So with this, you are activating your secondary axis. This one that it says 100K, 50K, and this is the secondary axis. And this axis is working with this line of the amounts of the quantities. So in this way, you can see better this chart. Only in this way. So you can already change all of this. If we go to format again, for instance, we take out the legend, you remove it. But in this case, it's important because it's indicating me the difference. It's saying me that the light blue is the sales and the dark blue line is the quantity. So I just leave it on. But in the axis X, I can't remove that neither because it has a month. But now here I'm going to take out this title that it says a month. It's not necessary because I have already the names of a month. So it looks better without the months. So now if I go to Y-axis, I take out the title and ready. No more titles here. Now it looks better. So for instance, here it says in the units. I'm going to leave it in 1 because I will have more numbers. You can do that also to the other axis. It's 1. This is the Y axis. And here we'll see, now it all this text. Okay, so what we can do is for the next one, let's see if we can apply something like the headings. I'm going to center the headings. So go to title, and now it says sales and quantities by month. But I want to center, to align them in the middle. Okay, so the legend can also be aligned. If I select this, I'm going to close all this because it's going to get me confused. And now go to the legend, and the position that I select is top center. Here, you can do that also in this way. And obviously we have many more controls that you can modify. Or you can also add the shadowy effect to this chart, and that's all. So also the same happens with the values. You see here we have, if we expand it more, you have the secondary axis. Now it's saying that it's according to the line, it's aligned. And here I can add something like, let's see, units, and I type no, so that the axis has all the biggest amounts, the secondary axis. All right. I can change also the colors. Here are the lines with its colors. For instance, I want to change it into yellow just to make a difference. What else? Well, I have also here the data labels that is off, not put it on, so you can have the figures here. I enter here and I can add none to have figures. They are by default, but you have the data labels. You can put it on or off. And then you can show your line chart like this. So here we have seen so far, starting from the beginning, and we made copies using the elements that we had. We've been using other types of maps, 3 types of maps specifically, and we have created a line chart with 2 axes, very important. Now, if we move to one of these sheets, if we get back to home and view, and we like to change to another type of colors, set of colors, here you see how everything is changing. These are themes, templates for themes that come by default. They are very nice, very corporate looking. For example, this one is for daltonic people, and you can go changing from upon your liking. This one could be look good. We have another one. So I just invite you to try each of these elements that you have here and choose the best for your preference. Maybe you can use the colors of your own company, the corporate colors of the company you are working at right now. And you can change it according to the design you may consider convenient. For my example, I'm going to leave it in some that I found here, this one. If you choose a theme, you change not only this page. If we move to the maps, it changes also here, and each of the sheets, everything will change immediately. Because when you're changing the theme, you change all the sheets. And you can see it. Now, let's upload it to our cloud account. So, to upload this work to share with our colleagues at the company, first we need to verify that you are in your account. It's already all your personal data included in here. And obviously in another internet window, your account must be registered. For instance, here is my name. And here, if you go to the left where it says workspace, you click on it and then you go to this first option that it says my workspace. And here you have all the elements I uploaded so far. And now let's upload this one that I have here. Let's continue. Verify in Power BI. The name of this is sales. And this is what I'm going to upload. So if I click on home and then go to the stream right where it says publish, and it's going to ask me, do you want to save your changes? Yes, save. And next, there's another window that it says publish to Power BI. In which of these spaces do you want to save? By default, when you created your very first account, there's one that appears and it says my workspace. Then you're going to choose this one by default. Later on, we will talk about the other ones. So with this, you are uploading the information to your cloud. So it says success, and then we can close it from here to this button, and then we close. And again, I get home with Power BI, and here I am updating my working area. And here there must be my new workspace. Here it is. Why do we have it two times? One in blue and the other one in orange. The orange are the data, and the blue ones is all the changes we have made. For instance, see, if we go to Power BI, all the data that you have here, these are all the data, all the information. And the data set is the main table is this one in orange. And the blue one, when it says blue, is just the work that I have done. Beginning, map, the other map, and all. I have all the all the charts here as I had all in Power BI. I can see them here. So this would be the blue color. And also appears and looks as it is with all the changes, with all the colors that we have. So this is very useful to share with the organization within the company. So I can easily share this with any of them. If your purpose, for instance, is just publish this in a website so that they can put it on the company's website or maybe on your own website, you can make a copy of this and collocate it so that they can work with this as you are watching it dynamically. Then there are two ways to share: creating a link to share it with some people, while the other one is to post it as a website. For instance, if I go to any website in particular, something like this, and if I get in here, I just I type a link, and now you will see that I included a work, and this time they are located as they are. Everything as you are handling it, it appears as it is, but this is applied only in a website. For instance, what you should do is obtain a link or a connection through WhatsApp or by email. So how can we do that? To do this, once we have entered to the workspace, where you have all the pages included here, you go to this option that it says File. And here there's another option that it says Embed Report. And we go to this option, Embed Report, and also Publish to Web. And then I have this message. Here I reply, create a code, and I click on publish, and here are the codes. So here I have two links. This link is to make a copy of the first one and forward it to anyone that I would like to, through an email, through WhatsApp, through any social network. And the second option is to post it in a website. Okay, so let's try the first one. Copy. Let's see. And for instance, I can open this unknown page with Ctrl-Shift-N and post the link. And let's suppose that you forwarded it to somebody by email. This person opens the email with a click and then enters to see the report, just as you are seeing it right now. This is the first sheet, the second sheet, move to the third sheet, and so on. This person can't handle nothing. The person that is going to receive the link doesn't need to have a Power BI account. Maybe they don't have it and you're just showing this to view. Maybe your boss or your manager doesn't have a Power BI account, but he's looking at the report, your report, and he can view it. And also you can present this project, your presentation, and explain how is the business or how is the working going on. Okay, so this is with the link. And the second option that you saw here, let's get back to the account. The second that you see here is to put it in a website. Just make a copy of this and also just indicate the size of you would like to have. Maybe this one, or it depends on the size that you would like to publish on a website. Once you have defined this, then you make a copy of this link and post it in a website. For instance, I post it here. The one way to do it is this. For instance, I'm going to enter to this website, and here I'm going to enter to this WordPress in my profile. Each of you maybe has a profile, or that one that manages this website knows about this. And then you created this one, and then there is the option. Here are the websites, and I added this one. This is in Spanish because it's set up like this. And here I created this website, and the code is stick here. It's pasted here too. Here is the code. Okay. So I can add more elements. For instance, I'm going to make a copy here. I'm going to make a copy, duplicate it, and the code that I copy, now I paste it here. Now I saved, updating, and now again get back to the site where is this code. Ready. Now you see that I've published it here, and now I have the previous one, and now here you will see the second one. I'm going to update it again. Here it is, and now you see we have the second one below because I've just added the other code. This is the second code. This is the first one that was by default because I made it before. And now here you have two reports here, two different reports with different colors also. So this is the way how you can obtain these codes. Now, something very important here. Obviously, this option of sharing with someone through a link or maybe through a code that a website can offer you, not everybody has it. So you can activate the authorization only the person that is the manager of the account. For instance, me, I'm the owner of this domain. And since I am the owner, the holder of this website, I am the manager of this website. How do I know I am the manager of this account of Power BI? Very easy. Go to the upper right corner where there are the 3 points, and from here you click on settings, and here you go to these options of settings, click on admin portal, click there, and if you have this list of options here from usage metrics up to featured content, if you have all this means that you are the manager of the account. If you don't have this and you have only 2 or 3 options at least, it's because you are not the manager. Then within a company, there is always one person that manages the website. So this person that manages the website is the manager, the administrator. This person must activate this option here on this point where it says admin portal. This person that manages these options, for instance, here has to click on tenant settings here, and we go to the bottom, scrolling down to an option that it says export and sharing settings, and we go to publish to web. Click here, and then this person that is administrator, the main manager of this account that knows about the website, can be the owner of the website, or maybe it has the administration, it has it disabled, has to enable it, and also to put it available for all the organization. First option and the second option activated, and then enabled. When you have this done, you click on apply. So with this you are allowing not only for the accounts but also for all the people that manages a corporate account, something like this. If you don't follow this procedure, then let's get back to home workspace. Here you're going to be able to share all that. So if I click on this sales blue icon, I wouldn't have this option here that I already have it, because obviously I am the manager of the account, the owner of the domain, and this person won't be able to publish it. They don't have these links to copy. Sometimes it doesn't appear here on file, maybe it appears in share options, and here you have it. Otherwise, maybe if it's not here, then you just click on this 3 points, and here you will have the option. So you just need to search for this option in embed report to share this option. Why do we have to count with the authorizations with the Power BI administrator? Because the company usually manages sensitive information. Any employee working in the company can share easily this information, maybe through maybe because of a mistake or for neglection. And then Power BI made a decision to make it difficult sharing the information. So it's very important that the manager or owner of the account usually is the owner of the domain, or within the company, the TI is in charge of managing the domain. They are enabled to update this option, how to activate it, so that everybody working in the company can share this. So if it's not working this way, if you're not working with sensitive information, it is not possible to have this authorization to share the information. So just be very careful on this. Not everyone can share the information. If you are working with very important information, I don't want to have a leak of this information outside so that anyone can share it with anybody. So that's why Power BI considered that this option would be working in a more safely way. Before it was easier to share and publish also, and you could also obtain the code to forward the code to anyone that I would like to. And this option is for the website too. Okay, so with this, we arrived to the end of this topic, working with a little file that is from sales. As you notice, we have worked with Excel information. We have added information in the end of Excel. We added one registry. We updated the information here. Here is my name. And we have refreshed with this button. When we refreshed, we pull it out again, the information. We've worked with this information. And we also created our charts that are the home page, our maps. We worked with 2 more maps, and we worked with online charts with 2 axes. Further, we will see, and we will add more buttons to browse from one page to another. If it's true that when we uploaded this to the cloud, here this information can move from one side to another, just moving from one side to another. And if I published in a website, as you may see here, I can do this also, moving from page 1, page 2, page 3, but it would look nicer as having buttons as it is here at the top. But here there are some buttons that allow me, for instance, to go to the map, or maybe to go to another map, or get back home, and maybe information in Spanish, but here we have it all in English. Okay, so this is what we are going to do little by little with all the charts that we are going to develop. Okay, so let's finish with this topic so far.